We're starting, eh?
Here we go. We have done it. We have made it once again. It is Monday, September 27th, 2021. Moments and moments and moments after 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a big one. Episode 294 of the show that will not, nor will it ever go away. This is At Home with James. I am James. You are you. We are here. And we are beginning the week with a bang. What does that mean? Are you asking yourselves as you surf along the information superhighway, are you saying, James, there's a lot of hyperbole that goes on in your introductions of this show. You keep saying how tonight there's a murderer's row of guests. Tonight, this is a show you're never going to forget. Tonight, I believe that this is a show that you're never going to forget because the show that we're going to give to you is not the show that I intended to produce tonight. Moments before we were set to go on the air, Dave Kaufman, who is tonight's technical director, said, hey, this whole show format you've got, I don't think it's going to work. I said, well, why is that? He said, my baby is freaking out. And I don't think I'm going to be able to appropriately technically direct tonight's show. He said, I can give you one thing tonight, and that's a panel. I did not intend on having a panel discussion tonight. Marc Rowland is here. I was going to have him start the show off because I figured that he'd want to go first so we can go to bed because he's got to wake up in the morning and help shape the future. And by shape the future, I mean shape the youth. And by shape the youth, I mean that he's a school teacher. And I thought, as a school teacher, he's probably had a long day. He's probably said, hey, kids in the back, let's calm down. He's probably pulled down a screen and turned on some type of PowerPoint presentation. He's probably had spitballs thrown to the back of his head and neck. Probably had paper airplanes hit him in the back and the deltoids. I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this guy up first so we can go to bed nice and early. Not anymore. He's got to be here all night long. Then Alex Brown. She's scheduled to be here tonight. I was going to have her close the show. I was going to have Dave sandwiched in the middle because I knew he was busy. I was going to have Alex Downtown Brown close the show. We were going to do maybe a recap of her vacation to Nova Scotia. Last time she was here, she was talking about going to some disgusting store where you pick out clothes from bins. She sent me some of the pictures. We were going to show some of those on the air. It looks like a flea bit utopia. What does that mean? But then Dave comes in, he says, I got news for you. The mood is about to change. But I'm the type of guy, I could say, you know what? We got to change the show. I don't mind. I am not so big that I can't let a 1-year-old baby dictate what happens on this show. That's right. The show that you're getting tonight has been determined by a little baby. I mean, some people would be like, let's just, no, I want to do the show the way that I want to do it. For me, I love danger. I live dangerously. I ride the line. I ride the edge of the lightning bolt every day of my life. I'll make a cup of coffee after this show. I'll be up until 12, 1 o'clock. I don't care because I am a bad boy. But I'm not the only bad boy on tonight's show. As mentioned, a couple real bad boys, Alex Brown and Marc Rowland. So without any further ado, let us begin the Monday night panel. Alex, Marc, welcome to the program. Thanks so much for being here. The mood has changed. Alex,
Yes.
how's it going?
It's going good. It's today was like the first like cold day, and I was a little sad.
Well, yeah, I can tell. It looks like you're very comfortable and very cozy, but at the same time, Marc, you are also very comfortable and very cozy. Did you also think it was the first cold day?
It was cool. It was the first day that my students complained about the chill coming through the windows. I've had a fan on and they asked to have it turned off. So I usually use it to deflect all the spitballs that are aimed at my deltoid.
Now, were you bothered about turning the fan off, or you were happy to acquiesce to that request?
Hey man, I don't really care.
All right. Well, Alex, it's been a chilly day. How's your day been overall?
It's been fine. I put away my air conditioners. I have two.
Okay.
Yeah. So
conditioners.
Yeah, plural. Yeah.
I also have two air conditioners, and I have put one away, but I'm keeping one in the window just in case.
Just in case, because that's what I was thinking too. I was like, you never know, we might get like one of those days, and then I was like, we'll just live through it.
Yeah.
Sans AC.
All right. Now, Marc, have you removed your air conditioner from your bedroom?
No. In fact, I think I'm gonna keep it the whole winter.
Really?
Because yeah.
Wow.
I'm just gonna keep it going.
You just want to up that hydro bill?
Yeah.
All winter long.
Well, I have to say that you're both on the show tonight. You're covered in blankies, and I have to say that I am the outlier here. So I think it is only appropriate that I also don a little blankie.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Get your little blankie on.
I'm gonna get my little blankie because we're all about kind of like really making the most of a show, right? Why does it look so uncomfortable when I wear it?
Yours looks like a flag.
Really it's
mine is real thick. It's caught on my chair.
Is it rectangular?
Yes.
I think you need to do the now we're talking.
Yeah.
So I mentioned off the top that we're adjusting tonight's show. This is going to be a panel. Now, I wasn't prepared for this. I was prepared for individual conversations with the both of you.
Mm-hmm.
And in addition to that, I was also going to take some phone calls, which we might be able to do later on. Dave is the person who patches the phone calls in. But again, I like a bit of a challenge. So that's why tonight we're going to have some cozy, comfortable chats on a chilly evening.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. I have not prepared for that. So I am going to bring out the well-oiled machine that is the random question generator. Now, here's the thing. Before we get into it, are you both ready, willing, able, and capable to answer these mysterious questions?
Yes. I'm also going to let you know that in my back pocket, I'm going to keep the conversation for why I'm going to keep my AC in the window. And I'm serious.
Okay. Great. Yeah. We'll save that for the exciting conclusion of this episode.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be, I know everyone's going to be salivating over it.
I'm ending my seat.
And Alex, how do you feel about the random question generator?
Well, I don't have my lawyer present, but I'll make an exception this time.
All right. Now, before we get into it, I have to acknowledge a question from the chat. This comes to us from a High Score Run. He writes, "What a struggle. Has James never used a blanket before?"
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Why is it tied around your body?
Yeah, this is more of a toga.
Yeah, it really is.
Let's get ready. This is the first question as part of the Cozy and Comfortable Conversation Night. First question is, if you could live in a book, TV show, or movie, what would it be? Alex, let's start with you. A book, TV show, or movie, what would it be?
A book. Okay, well, recently I started rewatching Downton Abbey, which for the uninitiated is like people in like the 1910s in England, and it's like upstairs, downstairs. So it's like the wealthy people who live in the house, and then they're like servants.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like everything is so dramatic. Like there was literally a plot line where the like head servant guy, this like friend of his, shows up to like blackmail him. But the thing that he was blackmailing him about was that he had just been in a vaudeville duo like
Mhm.
years before. And it was
Mm.
this like outrageous thing where he was like, "Sir, like I can't believe you're telling people this." And I just think it would be fun to, just kind of like fuck with people and like live in a really like high intensity but like mundane world.
Okay, so you want to live in a very mundane but hoity-toity British
Yeah.
universe. All right, Mark,
Yeah.
how about you? What is your
Yeah.
answer? Book, TV show, or movie, and why is it Star Trek?
Oh my God, that's not even what I was thinking, but that's a way better answer than what I was going to give. Um, so why Star Trek? It's going to have to be Star Trek, the Next Generation, James, if it's going to be any Star Trek, I would say,
Right.
because they've kind of, Star Trek, the Next Generation was really following Gene Roddenberry's vision, whereas, like the original series didn't quite get there. The Next Generation really envisioned this utopian federation of planets. And then they started to get more and more edgy over time.
How do you
So
mean by
I'd want to.
edgy?
What do I mean by edgy? They start to break down the federation, and made people a little more selfish, and brought in more shades of gray, so you'd question whether or not they were doing the right thing. They weren't things were a little more difficult for the characters in later
Mhm.
series.
All right. Now, do you think there would have been any tension between you and Jean-Luc Picard?
Tension? I would hope not, but maybe there would be a tension because I would look up to him so much, and that would probably bother him.
All right.
What
I'd
about
be
those
that kind of
guys with the
character.
like
Klingons?
they're
Or
Klingons? I'm so sorry for my
what?
ignorance.
You mean like the very furrowed brow?
Yeah,
Hold on,
yeah.
Mark.
Yeah,
Hold on
yeah,
before we get into it.
worried people.
They're really worried.
Do you accept
Yeah,
Alex's apology?
of course, it was very sincere.
Yes, I'm really sorry.
Yeah,
How
All
dare
right.
I?
So,
there
do we
was.
have any second answers to that? If it couldn't be Downton Abbey or Star Trek: The Next Generation?
Hmm.
Well, I'll tell you what it wouldn't be based off of
Yeah.
when I was like 20 years old. I smoked weed with this guy that I didn't really know very well, and like after we smoked weed and I was already high, he was like, "Oh, we just smoked crack," and I was like, "Excuse me?" And then he's like, "Yeah, this was crack," and I was like, what?" And to this day, I don't know if it was crack or like some kind of like crazy weed. But, like
Wait,
weed,
hold on.
yeah.
What does this have to do with a TV show, book, or movie?
I like that. Yeah.
No, it's a lead-in. It's a lead-in.
Okay.
No,
You
so
should apologize.
I drove home thinking I was high on crack, and I went to my room and I watched The Simpsons,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Oh, this is horrible." Like because I was like so high that I was like, I'm in The Simpsons.
Mhm.
And it was like nightmarish. And I love The Simpsons,
Yep.
everybody that knows me knows I love The Simpsons. And that was just like, no. So that's that's my alternative answer to
Right.
like,
So being high on crack is what you don't want to
Right.
be part of the neighborhood of Springfield. Mark, how about you?
No.
A TV show, book, or movie you wouldn't want to be a part of?
Oh yeah.
And why is it Star Trek Voyager?
No, I'd be part of Voyager. I wouldn't want to live in the world of Cyborg. The Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Have you ever seen it?
No.
No.
Well, I wouldn't want to live. Well, that's why I wouldn't want to live in it, I guess.
Because no one's
No one,
seen it.
no one saw it.
All right. What about the world of RoboCop?
Oh.
No, you wouldn't want to live in that world, nor like the world of like Judge Dredd.
Or
These
Judge
these
Judy.
are.
Well, we're all living
I-
in Judge Judy's world.
Judge Joe Brown, Judge Mathis.
Yeah.
Judge Mathis, Judge Reinhold.
Right. With that, let's move on to our next question as part of the random question generator. Ooh, this is a good one. What is an unpopular opinion that you have? Mark, I would like to begin with you. An unpopular opinion that you have.
An unpopular opinion that I have?
If you want, I can lead you in with something that I have an unpopular opinion.
Well, I know you do.
What do you mean you know that I do? What's that supposed to mean?
You have an unpopular, you have several unpopular opinions.
I have several unpopular opinions?
Yes.
What are some of my unpopular opinions?
Well, the big one that you used to use to torture everyone and or get them really riled up was when you would talk about how the tragically hip don't rock.
Yeah, that's true. I still think that the tragically hip don't rock. Now,
I know,
for
but
the
that's an
uninformed, Mark,
unpopular.
would you like to give people maybe like just a backstory on this? Because this really speaks to the early days of me carving a name for myself at Montreal Improv, not to be confused with Montreal Improv.
Well, you made a name for yourself in the improv world by basically being a little shit and telling people what they didn't want to hear, and then like and then pushing their buttons.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me this transcends past the tragically hip?
I'm sure it does. Yeah. I'm sure you've said other things like that you could like beat any woman in a race, in a foot race. Right? That's a pretty unpopular opinion, I think.
Yeah, those are the early days of Montreal Improv when I challenged any woman at the theater to a foot race.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yes. It was a very
specifically Jess Fildes, who declined. She declined the challenge.
Good.
Yeah.
But I want to circle back to this tragically hip one. Now, Alex, have you ever heard the lore of me saying this?
I don't think I have, but I also I think it like tracks, you know.
Yeah, your
brand.
Vance Gillis was around during this time.
Yeah.
He was very much in the know of this. This was an opinion that I made at some type of party or after show gathering that really, really bothered people more than I think it ever should. Because if somebody said a band that I like didn't rock, I would not care in any way, shape, or form.
That's the thing.
All of these Canadian improv nerds took it's like they could see in the future that I was going to Gord Downey at his last concert and spit on him. This is illness. People got so why do you think this was so bothersome to people, Mark?
Okay, because I was going to ask if it was pre or post, you know.
It's very much very pre.
Yeah. But you kept going through it, right? Even in death, you still.
Oh yeah, I do. I maintain my position.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what is it about them that doesn't particularly rock?
I think they're a wimpy band.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Gord Downey's lyrics are too sentimental, and I think that he sings like a wiener. Like that beginning of
sang like a wiener.
Of Poets. He just goes, yeah.
Okay,
wimpy.
so like
it's wimpy.
Sure.
From Rush.
Rush is a wimpy band too, and all of their lyrics are about science fiction. They're nerds.
Yeah. Okay.
I like Rush, but I can admit it.
But there are a lot of people would say Rush rock.
Rush rocks more than the Tragically Hip. They have a harder sound.
Yeah, well, right. So does the Tragically Hip, like, can the Tragically Hip still be like a good band, but like they don't rock?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I think that maybe people misunderstood what James meant.
Well, that's a them problem, not a me problem.
That's your message to everyone from like 2013,
if not earlier. Okay, so that's my reference point, right?
Yeah.
I was also going to say that I believe that Nirvana is an overrated band. That's another unpopular opinion I have. But Alex, let's go to you. What's an unpopular opinion you have?
Well, like I was thinking about it. I don't know that I really. Maybe I just don't have any opinions. I don't. I mean, I don't. None whatsoever. I don't know. I just like I can't think. Maybe. I don't know. So and then I tried to Google unpopular opinions.
Wow.
Let's think about this, Mark.
Right
Let's go
now?
to you. Do you have any unpopular opinions?
Oh yeah, you didn't give yours yet.
No, no. I'm sure they're probably like food related or something like
Yeah.
that. And, like I don't like to spend any time or money on food. I don't like to
That's
wait for it.
it's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more of an insane opinion.
Well, I mean, I think that helps make it unpopular.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm getting a production note right now that we do have a phone call on the line. This is
Oh.
apparently a caller who agrees with me that the Tragically Hip doesn't rock. So let's
Oh
go.
no.
This is the only line available right now. Let's go to line 3. Line 3, you're on the air. I'm James. That's Mark, and that's Alex. Who are you?
Hi, this is Bobby Baker.
Bobby Baker.
Hey,
Where are you
Bobby.
calling from, Bobby?
I'm calling from the East Coast, Nova Scotia.
East Coast? Where in the East Coast?
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia. Where in Nova Scotia, Bobby?
I don't want to get too into my exact location because I'm sort of
Okay.
You sound familiar.
so I am a bit, yeah. Well, that's exactly why I'm sort of a minor celebrity.
All right. So, in what sense? Are you familiar, or rather, are you known for something I'm not aware of?
Well, you're quite aware of it. You've been talking about it this evening.
Oh man.
Or are you a cast member of Next Generation?
No. Kind of close, I guess.
Voyager?
No.
Downton Abbey?
No, I guess you weren't close.
All right.
Are you going to keep guessing, or should I spoil the beans?
Yeah, please be a spoiler here.
Spill the beans.
No, it's spoil the beans.
I'm really close to hanging up this call.
I'm a member of the
That's
Tragically Hip,
unpopular.
James.
You're a member of the Tragically
Bobby
Hip.
Baker,
Well, thanks
yeah.
for calling in.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling in. Was it Robbie or Bobby?
Well, people call me Robbie. People call me Bobby.
What do
Bobby
you
Baker
prefer?
is the one with really long hair.
That's right. I'm known as the one with really long hair.
All right, so Robbie, well, I got a production note that from my production assistant Devin said that the person calling agrees that the hip doesn't rock.
Yeah.
Are you saying?
That's
agree?
exactly right.
All right, so you're saying that my opinion on your music wasn't crazy at all? Because again, I want to clarify. I never said that the Tragically Hip is an unskilled or untalented
Well,
band.
thank you, James. I appreciate that.
I'll be perfectly honest with you, Rob. I'm not a fan.
It's Bob.
But I would. What is it now, Rob or Bob?
Bob.
Bob, I'll tell you something, Bob. I'm not a fan, but I'm not going to take anything away from you.
Well, that's no problem. But we had some pretty good
All right, so
songs, though, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
for other, yeah. Well, Alex, what's your favorite hip song?
I like Blow It High Dough.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Pretty
That's a
cool
real
tune.
Canadian song. That's a song
Yeah.
you'd see a couple people changing a tire
Yeah.
to
Oh yeah.
I was on that
on the
track.
side of the road on the way to Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at like a Tim's getting a coffee.
That's where we were.
You were at Tim's
Yeah, when we wrote
you
the song. Yeah.
Blow It High Dough.
Yeah.
Really?
It's about coffee, yeah.
Now, Mark,
Really?
what's your favorite song by the Hip?
I think one that I go back to pretty often is Vapor Trails.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Also
I think
written.
that's also a Rush song or a Rush album.
Is it? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were inspired by
Nice.
Rush at the Tim Hortons where we wrote that song.
All right. Now,
Well,
Alex,
what are
you have any fond memories of listening to the Hip? Because we got a very special guest here. We got Bobby Baker.
Do
It's
I?
Robbie.
Yeah.
Well, because my parents are, I grew up in a Canadian household.
Yeah.
So, we would have barbecues.
Sorry,
and we
it's
would
it's
listen-
Robbie.
I didn't say your
No,
name.
you didn't, but the host did.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, well, my name is James. You can call me James.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we would have barbecues and we would play the Tragically Hip.
Nice.
And that was a good
Now,
Canadian memory.
Robbie, is it
Excuse me?
your name? What do you prefer?
Well, some people call me Robbie, some people call me Bobby. It's really
But what do you prefer?
depends. Depends on the situation.
Do you
Well,
decide who calls you Robbie and Bobby?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it comes out weird, then I'll ask the person to change it.
All right. Well, Mark, do you have any fond memories or moments of listening to the Hip and, of course, Bobby's
It's
music?
Robbie.
I mean, yeah, I have quite a few, of course.
A few?
Oh yeah, I mean, but most of them are
Thank you.
very are minor moments.
Well, a lot
Like
of our
they're
songs
not
were
like
written in a
specific.
minor key.
Yeah,
At two
I
more.
think that's true. Being at summer camp and having a lot of the counselors like the Tragically Hip. I remember playing like old video games. I think I played like Doom 2, like listening to like Road Apples or
Interesting,
something like
interesting.
that. Yeah. Um,
Is that a video game?
mm, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like
Doom
video
2.
games?
I do. I
Seems like
do.
you
What
would.
about yourself?
All right,
What's
well,
that supposed to mean?
Rob,
Bob.
let me ask you a question. Does it bother you to know that maybe someone like me doesn't think the music rocks?
No, actually, I'm sort of a child of the '60s, so I preferred the folk genre over.
All right,
Over
well,
the-
who do you like?
Oh,
Who inspired you?
I like the musical Hair. I got a lot of inspiration from the
Mhm.
musical, and bands like Bob Dylan.
Well, Bob Dylan's not a band, but
Well, it
He's
depends.
probably got a backing band.
Yeah,
all right, well, who else? What other bands?
Bruce Springsteen and
Well, Bruce Springsteen's not really a product of the 60s.
Well, he's probably born in the 60s.
yeah,
Mm.
and in the USA.
I wonder. Hmm.
Well, who else,
Huh?
Rob?
I guess 50s.
Oh, I like the Strokes a lot, and
Are you okay over there?
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Do you like James Taylor?
Yeah,
Nice.
Neil Young?
I've never heard of them.
What about
Hold on. You've never heard of Neil Young?
No, sorry. I mean, there's a lot of music out there.
Well, he's very much a Canadian icon, Rob.
I mean, there's a lot of Canadian icons.
Well, like who?
I don't know. Tragically Hip.
Well, do you like April Wine?
Never heard of them.
What about Burton Cummings? And guess who?
I know them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Favorite song?
American Woman.
I had a question. There's something I always wondered whether or not the Tragically Hip and the Bare Naked Ladies had like a rivalry.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know the Bare Naked Ladies?
Yeah, I know them. Not a huge fan, I gotta say.
How come?
Well, to be honest, they stole one of our songs.
Which one?
It's the theme for this show that it's pretty good.
The Big
The
Bang.
show is
Theory?
pretty good or the theme is pretty good?
The show, it's a pretty good show.
Well, you're referring to the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, have you seen it?
I
Yeah,
actually
sadly.
have never seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? It's pretty
I've
good.
seen
Check
it.
it out. Don't listen
No?
to the intro though.
Why? Because they
Skip
stole
the intro.
It doesn't sound like a hip song.
Oh yeah, because they stole it from us.
Yeah, but it really sounds like a Bare Naked Ladies song.
Mhm, I agree.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe that's why they did such a good job stealing it from us. But
Well, one last question before we let you go, Rob. Coming in from the chat, Thomas Barnwell wants to know, what do you think of Sloan? Of course, a band that's near and dear to Alex's heart.
Yes, that's right.
you dated
Too
someone in
many
Sloan.
also. You dated someone in Sloan?
I'm asking you.
Oh, did I? What in my dreams?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you?
yeah. I have a question for Alex afterwards about Sloan.
I know. Unfortunately, I didn't date anybody in Sloan.
Oh.
All right, well, Bobby, thanks so much.
Hold on,
for
there's one
calling,
more
okay?
question for me.
No, it was a question for Alex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, sorry, Bobby.
Yeah.
It's Rob.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Rob.
All right, thanks,
All right,
Rob. That
thanks,
was
Rob.
Robbie Baker, who I guess is a member of the Tragically Hip. And
Yeah.
I feel pretty comfortable in saying that was maybe the stupidest 5 minutes in the history of this show, maybe ever. Let's
Oh my
I have a
God.
question. I have a question for
please,
Alex
yeah,
regarding
yeah.
Sloan.
Yeah.
So I saw Sloan play live on like Much Music back in the,
Intermittent
the
Interactive.
night. Yeah, and
Yeah.
they were really off key, and and I've seen them like I think a few times live, maybe twice,
Yeah.
and like they're just out of tune.
The whole
Do you
time.
think they're? Yeah. Do you think that maybe, but especially that one show, like performance I saw. Like, do you think they were just like really tuned when they went into the studio, or were they bad live? Have you ever seen them live?
I've seen them live twice.
Were they
Once when I
horrible?
was like 15, so I don't know if
Mm,
things could have been tuned or out of tune, because I
mm,
just didn't, know any better.
yeah.
And then I saw them.
What is this episode? Are we really doing this right now, for the love of God?
Let me finish my story.
This is a baby's fault. This whole show is curated. This baby throws a wrench into everything. Now I got
It's
members of the
not-
Tragically Hip calling in. Let's move on to our next question here as part of the.
Okay, we'll
The
hold
rant-
on to that.
Yeah,
That's
Marc.
the air conditioning story that I
No,
got.
we're
coming
gonna,
up.
we're
Yeah.
gonna hold up. That's for the end of the show, Mark. We're gonna move on to our
Yeah.
next question here. Here we go. This is gonna get us back on track. What is the best compliment you've ever received? That's pretty tough. Alex, the best compliment you've ever received.
Oh my God. I don't even know. Can you come back to me?
Sure, for the second time tonight. Mark, the best compliment you've ever received.
Best comp. I don't know.
Ooh, okay, I have one.
Okay.
So it was like indirectly given to me.
Uh,
My dad called like, I think I was like 9 or 10, and we like had our first computer, which I won in a Kiwanis raffle at Christmas time. And my dad had to like call like a tech support line. And so it was like probably some guy in his 20s. And then for some reason I got on the phone with him because like I don't know, I knew more about it than my dad did. And then the guy on the tech support line told my dad after that I was crazy good at computers.
Okay.
So
wow.
So
I
Mark,
got that
you
going for me.
Compliment.
that's pretty good. Mark, you
Yeah.
got nothing.
I mean, anytime you receive a compliment, it's pretty nice.
But you hold on to the
Yeah, you hold
lead
on,
thing.
like Alex with this person from the
No, I
tech
don't.
support line.
I hold
don't
on
really
to
hold
the
on
lead
to
stuff.
either.
You don't? You just let it
Well,
all.
No.
Hold on here.
They
I'm
all-
getting a
I just let
production
it all
note.
go.
We've got another caller.
Uh-oh.
I can't believe this one. Apparently, Alex, this one is specifically for you. Apparently, this is the person from the tech support line.
No.
Thought you were crazy good.
Oh,
This could be
no.
a prank. Let's go to line one. Line one, you're on the air with Alex. What's your name?
Hello.
Yeah, what's your
Hi,
name?
this is Devin Sanderson.
Oh my
Devin
God.
Sanderson. You're from the tech support line, and you thought Alex was crazy good?
Yeah, I work at well, it was sort of the precursor to the Geek Squad. It was just called the tech support line, and we encounter people who deal with computers all day, every day. So we're pretty knowledgeable when it comes to who knows what about computers.
Oh. So
Wow.
take me through your memories of Alex.
Well,
Because Alex, how old were you at the time?
I think I was like 9.
she was a
Alex was 9 at the time, and
This
now
is a
she's
while ago.
Alex. You're what? You're 33.
33 now. Yeah.
33. So you're talking to her many years later.
So this was a while ago, but I remember all
Yeah.
my favorite customers, and I remember her being quite the elite little girl.
I don't remember what we were talking about. I don't know if you do.
Well,
It was
there
probably
was a multiple things. We were talking, of course,
Yeah.
about your router. We spoke a little bit about your router and your Ethernet card. Back then, it wasn't Ethernet, but it was the equivalent for a
not.
56K modem. And we spoke about your AOL disk and what you can do with that in order to get a solid signal for your device. And it was quite the enthralling conversation. I'd like to think that I learned something from it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's quite an ego boost.
Now again, you're getting another compliment,
Yeah,
Alex.
I
Now,
guess I am.
Mr. Sanderson, how old are you currently?
Me, I'm 73.
Okay. Now, Mark,
I've been working
while
in
you
tech
have-
for 61 years.
While
You're
you have
older than
Mr.
my
Sanderson
dad.
here, Mark, do you have
Yeah.
any tech related questions that he might be able to help you with?
Yeah, I was wondering, Mr. Sanderson, if you saw Sloan perform in like the mid '90s on Much Music.
No, I didn't see it myself, but I was on
No.
a Sloan IRC channel, and that show got quite the buzz about. I don't know if someone was out of tune. I seem to remember.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there is there some kind of technical reason why that would have happened.
Well, I'm not a sort of a musical tech.
I mean,
I'm
back in
not
the
a
90s.
roadie. I never traveled.
In the 90s, if you had to take a stab at it.
Okay, I'll stop with the preamble for my answer. I'll just get straight to it. I won't waste any more of the show's time. I don't know.
Wait, you were going to give a preamble to I don't know?
Yeah, I was going to explain sort of why I don't know and how it wasn't sort of my purview as a computer tech to know about audio tech.
All right. Well, Mr. Sanderson, any last words for Alex? She was 9,
Last
now
words?
she's 30. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to, we
Like
can.
my last words?
No, I mean your
I don't want to die.
No, we're not
Sanderson,
know.
you're only
not-
73.
Yeah, we're not implying that, Mr. Sanderson. What I'm saying is that I'm going to hang up the phone call. Is there anything you'd like to say to Alex before that happens?
Oh, yeah. How's your career in tech?
Well, I actually, it's good.
You were
actually.
such a whippersnapper when it comes to all the technology. I really hope that you're
Yeah.
successful in it.
Yeah, well, I guess so. I work for a tech company, so it
Well,
all worked out.
congratulations.
Yeah, that's.
Thanks for
cool.
calling in, Mr. Sanderson.
You got it.
Thanks. Nice to hear from you.
Oh man.
All
I
right.
have so many questions for that guy.
Yeah, are they
Yeah, what
about
a-
Sloan's performance in Much Music in the mid 90s?
Related.
I was more he was an old man that sounded like a nervous teen.
He did
Well, he
sort
sort
of
of,
have
as soon
that
as he,
kind of.
when he gave his age, his
Yeah.
voice changed to reflect.
Yeah, well, maybe
the
he was
age
going
did.
through a very, very late puberty.
Hmm.
Let's move on to our next question. Alex and Mark, when people come to you for help, what do they usually want help with?
Computers.
Well, yeah, computers. That's generally the technical stuff. In fact, that's like at the school, my job these days has been making sure all the classrooms have computers.
Mm.
So I've
Really?
been doing
What
that.
do you,
Yeah,
you're like physically carrying the computers into the room?
yeah, I am.
Wow.
Now, are they PCs?
They're Chromebooks.
Oh, what? That's not
These are
even a
really
computer.
small computers.
Oh man, yeah.
How many can you carry at once?
I mean, like, if I was to guess, I mean, I could carry at least 20. I could probably do 25.
Now, Alex, how many Chromebooks do you think you can carry?
I'm trying to work out, like, because you can do like
Mhm.
a waitress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
really
right.
wanna
Like
carry them
spread
all?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a waitress, so I don't know how.
Well, okay. So,
What the
Alex, is there something you think people come to you for help specifically? They think that you're going to help them. Now, we know Mark's skill is he can carry 20 to 25 Chromebooks. What about you?
I get a lot of questions about my hair, like curly
Okay.
hair,
Mhm.
and how to, people have been like, wow, like what should I do? What product
Yep.
should I buy?
Sure.
And I offer whatever advice I can.
Now, do you have any possible advice that you can give to them?
Well, I just say, like, you want to make sure your hair is hydrated. You want to get regular trims, cut the dead ends.
How you
Now,
hydrating
you
your hair?
mentioned your, unless I'm mistaken, your naturally curly hair, much like Frida from Peanuts.
Oh yeah, she's the girl with the naturally curly hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we were to cast kind of the live action Peanuts, you could play Frida.
And
I
you
would be Pigpen, and then Mark, you'd be Charlie Brown.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Is that the only character I could play?
Maybe the adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, the adults
Wah,
carrying their
wah,
Chromebooks
wah,
in the
wah,
background.
wah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could be in. Yeah, that was. My
Okay, now
sensation.
I'm getting another production note on the line. We've got
think I know
someone
who
who
it is.
claims that they can carry more Chromebooks at once than you.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. I
Let's
know
go
who
to
this
line.
is.
This is line 5. Line
Strong
5. You're on
guy.
the air. What's your name?
Hello.
Yeah. What's your name?
Hey, it's Barry.
Barry. What?
Yeah.
Barry. UCAM. Just kidding. Barry Sanders.
Wait, what's your last name?
Sanders.
Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
Very close to the other guy's last name.
Yeah.
He was Devin Sanderson, and you're
Yeah.
Barry Sanders.
What's up?
Much like the former football
Yeah, I'm
player.
not him though.
Yeah. Okay. Did you say I'm not him though?
Yeah.
All right. So you're calling in because apparently my production assistant Devin claims you're watching and you take offense to Mark claiming he can carry 20 to 25 like it's something to be proud of.
Yeah, that ain't nothing.
All
I hate
right.
to use an expletive, but that ain't shit.
All right. Well, Barry,
I'm gonna bury you,
carry?
Mark.
Well, Barry,
Well-
how many can you carry?
This guy Barry works at my school.
No
What?
way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
true.
he works at my school.
Yeah,
Well, Barry, what's your position at the
the
school?
principal.
So you're the principal of the high school that Mark teaches at. We're not going to name the name of the school. How
Yeah.
many Chromebooks can you carry at once?
How many can Mark do again?
Well, again, he said 20 to 25.
Yeah, I can do double that, 40 to 50.
Yeah, he can. It's true.
Wow.
So,
Isn't
Mark,
it called-
you
isn't
confirm
it-
that he can carry more than you.
Oh.
I mean, it's 50, but
Yeah.
he's clearly had a lot of training.
Okay. Well, so Barry, it doesn't sound like Mark is being particularly confrontational about this. He's been the first to admit you can carry more than him. Why are you calling in to best
Well,
him?
he's saying that because I'm on the line right now, but when I'm not on the line, he doesn't mention it.
Whoa.
So you're saying that it would have been more appropriate for him to say, I can carry 20 to 25, but there's a couple people at school, notably the principal,
Not a
Principal
couple, just one.
Sanders, who can carry more than me. You think he should have admitted it?
I think he should have admitted it, and I also think that he goes around bragging about it like he wants my job.
Oh.
Mark, what do you
Well,
think
yeah,
about
I mean, I think I'm a little more qualified than Barry Sanders.
I mean,
Well-
you're exactly half as qualified.
Because the job is just carrying Chromebook?
Yeah, is that fair to say,
That's
Barry?
a lot of the job, yeah.
Really?
Well, do you prefer Barry or Principal Sanders?
Depends who's asking.
Me?
Oh.
Principal Sanders.
All right.
Call him Barry.
What about Colonel Sanders?
Whose turn is it to talk?
Well, Alex, you might want to be careful. You don't want to get on this guy's bad side. He's going to call you.
True. That's so true.
Well, Principal Sanders, anything before we let you go?
It's Barry.
All right, Barry, anything before we let you go?
Yeah. You better shape up, James. Otherwise, I'm giving you a detention.
Well, you can't give me detention. I don't go to your school.
Well, I can write you one, and if you ever step foot in the building, you'll be apprehended.
All right, well, I don't.
Ended.
Yeah, I don't foresee myself going to your high school anytime soon, Principal Sanders.
It's Barry.
You might.
Well, Barry, why?
It's Principal
Mark,
Sanders.
Why am I going to go to the? Why am I going to go to the high school?
Well, sometimes they have like events, you know.
They have a
Yeah. I'll be there.
And we're actually looking for a improv teacher. If you know anybody.
Well, you know that Mark teaches improv.
Yeah. He also says he can carry the most laptops. So
All right, Barry. That's
Principal
gonna be it.
Sanders.
We're gonna say goodnight, Principal Sanders.
You gotta stop giving your number out.
Yeah, and this is the thing. We hide it on the internet. So I don't know. This has been a very coincidental night. Let's move on to our next question. Mark and Alex, what's one of your favorite comfort foods? Now, Alex, you've had a tough time with the random question generator tonight. What's some of your comfort food?
I really like I like mac and cheese. My
Now,
mom
do
makes-
you mean like fresh made or
Yeah.
craft?
Oh, well, I mean, there's room for both, but like I'm talking about like the stuff like baked in the oven and there's like
Ooh.
breadcrumbs on the top.
Yeah,
you know.
very decadent, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Mark, how
Multiple
about you? A
cheeses.
comfort food? You said earlier you don't care about food.
Hmm.
Yeah. So mashed potatoes, applesauce. Two separate things. These are two of my comfort foods.
A baby.
Yeah.
So two pureed
Don't need to
foods.
chew it.
Yeah,
Suck
Mark,
it
you've
down.
mentioned this before. Now you're someone that I've never met anyone who could possibly care less about what they eat. There are things that I know that you specifically enjoy, which are those two things: ice cream, hot dogs, and I would say a wide variety of items at Peterific.
I like a lot of the Peterific, the things on the menu there. Sure.
Yeah. Now, Alex, you mentioned macaroni and cheese. Mark, he's got a whole menu. Any other items you really enjoy?
I mean, I love let's see. I really like hamburgers.
Yeah, I also like hamburgers.
Do you? Is that one of your favorite comfort foods? Or do you
Absolutely.
consider when I say comfort food, I don't know if I think of hamburgers though.
Well, I guess when people think comfort foods, they think kind of like meatloaf and kind of home cooking, a lasagna, things like that. But I think comfort food is anything that brings you joy and comfort.
That's So I really love pizza. Big pizza fan, you know. My mom makes this, like, I guess people call it goulash, but we just call it hamburger and macaroni.
Hamburger and macaroni, yeah. That's what growing up in my house we'd call a welfare dinner.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Oh, and we had this thing called it was hot dog soup, and you just do tomato soup and hot dogs and potatoes
in the soup.
Yeah.
Now, are the hot dogs cut up into kind of like rounds, or are they diced?
They're not diced. What? That's psychotic.
Oh yeah, says the person who's eating hot dog and potato tomato.
Hey,
soup.
Look, you haven't tried it. You haven't lived.
All right, Mark, would you eat this soup?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, I'm getting a production note here. Apparently, Alex, your mom is on the line right now.
Brenda?
Yeah, Brenda. Is it Brenda Brown?
Brenda Reed.
Brenda Reed, you're live on the air.
Hello.
Hi, Brenda. You're on the air. I'm James. That's Mark, and your daughter Alex is on.
Hi, sweetie. How's it going?
Good. You sound really, really different.
Yeah, well, I'm under the weather a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You have a cold tonight,
yeah,
Brenda?
I have a cold and a sinus infection.
Oh.
No, I hear soup is good for that.
Well, that's just what I called about. I just I made a nice serving of hot dog soup, and I'm wolfing it down, chugging it down, scarfing it.
Well, it sounds like a thick soup to scarf and chug.
Very thick, yeah.
Well, normally it's Dad that makes it. Maybe.
Well, Dad's busy
tonight. It?
What's
he's at his poker game.
Now, Alex, you never mentioned that your dad likes poker.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh, he just picked it up recently during COVID.
Yeah, you learned. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know
He's
Ken
lost
was
a lot of
into
money.
Poker. Okay, well, I didn't have any to begin with, so.
Well, we're in debt now.
Now, Brenda, I want to talk to you about something. I was a little skeptical about the soup, but our friend Mark, he's really interested in the hot dog and potato tomato soup.
Well, why don't you come over and I'll make you a bowl?
What do you think, Mark?
You were sick, Mom.
What?
I said I thought you were sick.
I am sick, but I'm not too sick for company.
Now, Mark, what do you think about this invite?
I'm very intrigued. I'd like to try the soup. Now, I don't know how comforting it's going to be, but
well, let me ask you this, Alex. I just want you to imagine
like a warm
this scenario.
hug.
What if now, Brenda? Let's calm down for a second. I'm going to ask your daughter a question. Now, Alex,
Mom, relax.
What would you say if, on some level, maybe you get a text? Your mom or your dad ever text you?
Yes, my mom's big into the multiple emojis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what if at some point you get a text from your mom, Brenda, who we're talking to right now, and it's got a picture, and it's Mark is at your folks' dinner table, and it's Mark with your parents eating this soup, and she's like, one of your friends stopped by. What are you thinking in this situation?
I mean, I guess I'd be wondering, did he how did he get there? What are you doing in Truro, Nova Scotia?
Mark, what do you think you'd be doing there?
Yeah, what would you be doing?
Well, I think everyone would be suspicious about, whether or not, am I trying to infiltrate the family? Am I some kind of assassin or something? Am I casing the joint? Rightly, you would rightly question my motives. But in reality, I would only be there because I wanted to see more of this beautiful country. And so, I was like, I'd stop by Truro of all these different towns and managed to get this soup on the way.
My parents, they love visitors.
Oh yeah, we love
All right.
visitors.
So I've got there's another production note I'm getting right now on the other line. Alex, it's your dad, and he's at his poker game. What's your
Ken
dad?
Ken is calling. All right.
Ken Brown.
Ken Brown.
All right, let's go to line 2. So Ken, Mr. Brown, you're on the air. Your daughter Alex is here. I'm James. That's Mark, and your wife Brenda is also here.
Hold on one second.
They're common law married.
All right.
They never
I
got
call.
married.
Ah,
Wait, you're in the middle of your poker
God
game?
damn it.
You just lost the hand, didn't you,
damn
Ken?
it. I guess I gotta mortgage the house. All right.
Dad, you don't sound very good.
I'm sick.
You're both sick.
Yeah, well, my wife gave me something.
You call
your wife my mom?
You call your wife your daughter?
Your mother. My wife gave me something.
Oh no.
All right, well, Brenda, did you give Ken the cold, or did Ken give Brenda the cold?
Oh, I don't know. I think one of his poker buddies gave it to him.
Now, Ken, how do you respond?
Come on, honey. What are you doing to me here?
Okay, well, hold on here. I'm getting a production note.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, one of Ken's poker buddies is on the line. Ken, what's your buddy's name here?
You're talking to Ted.
All right, Ted, you're on the air. I'm James. You're also on the air with your poker buddy, Ken, his wife, Brenda. You're also speaking with my friend, Mark, and Brenda and Ken's daughter, Alex. Ted, you're on the air.
Yeah, just scoop the sweet pot. I just scoop the
Wait,
sweet.
you sound like Ken.
What?
Is this Ted
This
or
is
Ken?
Ted.
You sound like Ken.
Yeah, we're similar,
you
both
guys sound-
sick.
Well, Ken, can I hear you talking, Ken?
Yeah, it's me, Ken.
Okay, so I think I'm understanding. Everyone's sick and they've got this hoarse voice.
It's back to Ted.
Well, Brenda, it doesn't sound like you've got it as bad.
Well, it's pretty bad for me.
She said the soup though.
I had some soup. I feel a lot better.
Now, Ted,
I took
we
a sauna
understand
in
you
that soup.
Ted, we understand you make the soup, but Brenda made the soup.
Yeah, well, sometimes I make it, sometimes she makes it, but she makes it pretty good. What?
Now, Ted, do you have any opinion on this hot dog and tomato and potato
Oh,
soup?
that's what I'm gonna spend my money on that I won in the poker game.
You're gonna buy some of
Gonna
the
buy
soup
some.
off your.
Gonna buy some wiener soup.
Wiener soup.
Wiener soup.
I didn't know they sold it.
Well, I got some comments coming in from the chat, and these are for Brenda. Brenda from Jay Voorhees, he writes, Brenda sounds hot even though she's sick. But he also writes, that soup sounds horrific. From High Score Run, Brenda, they write, nice sultry voice.
Yeah, it's really different, Mom.
Thank you.
Did you get your
I went to
vocal
vocal
cords straight?
therapy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have a new therapist,
Wow.
Dr. Tom.
Oh,
He lives down the block.
does he?
Yeah.
Well,
He's
we're
nice.
gonna let you guys go. Any last words, Brenda?
No, I'm okay. I just I love you, Alex, and I hope you come home and visit soon.
Love you, Mom. I just did a week
I know,
ago,
but
I'll
I'm
come
counting
back.
the seconds until you get back. You know how whenever you come back, it just means that I want to see you again even sooner.
No, I understand.
All right. Any last words from you, Ken?
Can I borrow some money, James?
Nope. Any
Dad.
last words from you, Ted?
Yeah, James. Who's this other guy on the show?
Well, this is Mark.
Hey, Mark, you ever interested in playing some poker?
Yeah, Mark, are you ever interested in
It's a $3 ante.
Theoretically.
We play a stud, and the beer's free.
Why don't you play with Alex?
I want to be
No
clear,
girls allowed.
Okay.
I know. I want to try to rein this in here as our viewers have increased. Ken and Brenda are
I'm
no
very
longer
popular.
on the line. Ted, you're saying no women allowed at the poker
Yeah,
game.
that's
Why
right.
is that?
That's rude.
Women intimidate me. I feel like they'd call me bluffing.
So
You bluffing.
So you're just not a great poker player, and you're worried that women would.
Yeah, I'm not a great poker player against the opposite sex.
Well, what about this?
Okay.
Ted, did you know that Mark, this other character you mentioned, he's into role-playing games?
Oh yeah, like what? Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, Mark, let us know.
Are you referring to me as a character?
Well, Ted asked who's this other person on the show I mentioned, like this
Yeah.
other character. Yeah.
Oh, so I'm a character.
You talking to
Well,
me or you talking to James?
What's the question?
Yes, if you play Dungeons and Dragons.
I think you're bluffing. I think you know the question.
No, no, I have the books, but I haven't played. Well, when was the last time I played it? It's probably been almost 10 years.
well.
Ted, what do you think? Is he bluffing?
I call.
All right, Mark, you got to show your hand.
Well, it's true. I mean,
Damn it.
All right, Ted, you lose this hand.
Sorry, Ted. You're sort of a piece of shit.
I've been called that
You're
before.
bad- Yeah, you're a bad influence on my dad.
I'm sorry.
All right, yeah, Ted, any last, maybe you might want to apologize to Alex. You took her dad's money tonight.
I'm sorry, Alex. I apologize.
All right, Ted, well, thanks for
Happens.
calling in, okay?
Hey, no problem.
Take it easy on Ken.
Okay. I'll go easy on the guy.
All right, this show is really like flying off the handle. Mark, there's a question coming in from the chat courtesy of Sid Rock. Now, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Ask Mark about Ryutama.
oh yeah. Okay, so he.
Now, it
are you
also
gonna
seems
ask?
like Mark is coming to us via satellite now as his video is frozen.
Oh yeah. Am I still frozen?
Yes.
I'm frozen, but
Yeah.
oh, okay. Well, maybe when Sid asked about Ryutama, then everything stopped. Time stopped.
Well, maybe, guys, this is a good place to call it.
I
Mark,
want more questions.
Well, I think the big question is, Mark, why do you intend on leaving your air conditioner in?
Okay, it finally comes back to this.
This
all
is why
right.
Mark is frozen. His air conditioner, it's so cold outside that it's left him rigid and unable to move.
Well, basically, I have a long vertical window, right?
Mm.
And so in order to make the air conditioner work, I covered the whole thing in plastic and just made a little hole for the tube of the air conditioner. So basically, all I need to do is just close the window, and now I've got plastic covering the whole window. My window's already winterized. I don't need to take that stuff off.
But then you just have the AC, like,
The AC is just attached by a tube.
so you're gonna take the tube off?
I might plug it, I guess.
You're gonna plug
Anyway,
in the
that's
AC?
I think he
Here,
means
look.
the hole.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Oh.
Mark is
Yeah.
finally defrosted.
Oh.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my story.
Well,
Good.
enjoyment is a very subjective term.
Yeah.
Well, look, Mark and Alex, I want to thank you so much for being here tonight. Alex, do you feel like you've been able to answer all of the questions from the random question generator adequately?
No, none whatsoever.
Mark, any last words on your part? Coming into the chat right now, quote, Mark has checked out.
Oh, I've been checked out since the beginning. I'm tired, and also these are like questions about whether or not I remember something, and I don't remember these things. You can ask me more like Ryutama rules. I could tell you about those next time.
Well, I'm not sure there's going to be a next time on that particular subject, but I want to thank both of you so much for being here, and let's talk soon.
Yeah, let's hang out.
Mark?
All right.
Maybe.
Well, bye, guys. That is
Bye, love
Alex
you.
Brown and Mark Rowland. I guess me and Alex are going to hang out. Not so sure if Mark is really interested in it, but on the subject of Mark, you can see Mark and myself performing this Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. as part of Variety Tonight at the Diving Bell Social Club. It is a night of improv, but it gets better because Alex Brown is also going to be performing in that very show, as well as Dave Kaufman, who has been tonight's technical director. Why not make a night out of it? Pop over at 7:00 p.m. for the first show, which is the Big Book of Improv, featuring another technical director on the show who goes by the name of Dimitri Kiras. Now, are you sitting there wondering, James, sounds like these shows are going to make it impossible for you to present this show on Wednesday. Unfortunately, that is true. We will not be here on Wednesday, but we are working on something very special for this upcoming Friday. So stay tuned. Check out all of the information on our Instagram account at Home with James Show. You know this account because it sucks. Folks, I want to thank you so much for being here tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Mark, Alex, Devin, Dave, and all of our callers, whether they are in the Tragically Hip or otherwise. I hope you have been just as cozy as we have been. Until then, I'm James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and of course, be well.